It's time to go coast to coast on CMRU.ca. Bringing you everything new in the hockey world, here is Landon Brown, Alex Burko, and Phil Trombley.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How are we doing, guys?
We're doing pretty good. There's snow outside, which means it's winter, which means hockey is even more in season than it was before.
I'm a little hot under the collar, as I'm sure you guys
Alex,
know.
start us off with this story from this morning.
Yeah. So I texted the guys last night saying, hey, I'm mad about various things that I'm like, you know how we put these shows on YouTube and each show pretty much has a title. I'm going to put out our last episode probably today. The title's going to be We Have Faces.
I like that.
I haven't decided on today's title yet, but man.
We should just call it Alex is Mad. And
Yeah.
also Phil is mad.
So I came to campus already thinking about all the mad things I'm going to be mad about today. And so you guys might know I have a parking permit on campus here.
Yeah.
It's for the top level of the parkade.
Yeah.
So I drive to campus. I go all the way to the top of the parkade, and I find out that the top level of the parkade is blocked off. Just gated. Just you can't get past it.
Just for no reason,
Yeah.
just for fun.
I don't know. And I checked my emails, and there's no communication or anything about it. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to go park in the day lot, and I'm not going to pay for parking today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's understandable.
Absolutely not. If I get a ticket, I'm taking it right back to parking. And be like, no,
Yeah.
simply no.
Man,
Yeah.
the tickets are $40 now too.
Yeah, I'm not
They're
paying
a
that.
lot.
Absolutely not.
Speaking of things that are around the number 40, we've got big news that just broke
Oh my
5 minutes ago.
God, yeah.
This is regarding the Ottawa Senators, Shane Pinto, who, as I understand, isn't even signed.
Yeah, he's a
And he
restricted
managed to
free
get himself the first managed to turn himself into the first player in league history to be suspended for sports betting. This guy's been suspended 41 games for this. That's crazy. That is so many games.
Yeah, it's half a season.
That is half a season.
And he's not even signed.
He's not even
he's not
signed
even
is the
signed.
worst thing.
That is more games than he played last year. Oh, no, it's not. It's half the games he played last year. Although, according to Elliot Friedman, it wasn't on NHL games,
I'm reading the same article.
which makes me really confused on what's going on here. I don't know the gambling policy, but I'm like, he should be allowed to enter a football fantasy draft. I
Yeah,
think.
exactly what per Friedman on the Sportsnet website. Exactly what Pinto did is unknown at this time, but there are situations where leagues have punished players who did not bet on their sport. And then he references Nicolas Petit-Frere from the Tennessee Titans, who's got suspended 6 games for doing pretty much the same thing.
Do you think they just keep it at zero gambling just so they never have to worry about it becoming a problem?
They must.
They-
like, for
yeah.
this to be this big of an issue, and he's not
especially-
even gambling on NHL games, there must be just like a no sports betting
Yeah.
policy.
Mhm.
And also, just like with the amount of advertising and stuff, you can't blame the guy for
Yeah.
doing a
Y- y-
online
Yeah,
betting.
are you kidding me?
It's like with that amount of advertising, you could trick anyone into doing it.
The memo added that NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman is authorized to discipline individuals determined to have engaged in improper gambling activities in any or all of the following respects: expulsion or suspension of a definite or indefinite period, canceling any contract that such individual may have, and or imposing by a fine.
Yeah,
Uh,
crazy.
It sucks for Ottawa too.
That
Because he was
sucks
gonna
for
be a
Ottawa.
Huge piece because like they're already rolling. So you had Shane Pinto to that. They were just he was gonna be gravy on that lineup.
Yeah. So that's a huge suspension.
Yeah, your Ottawa Senators are 6th in the Atlantic Division right now, and I can't imagine that this is going to help them all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, but was he that big of a piece? I mean,
Pinto?
20 goals, 35 points in 82 games. Like, he's there, but
Yeah.
he's
Well,
not
he's the second line
guy.
center.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't think he'll get another contract now.
Well, he
No.
might because Ottawa already gave up on Alex Formanton from the Hockey Canada, the 2018 incident.
Yeah, fair
I don't
enough.
know. Go
So-
enjoy the K, I guess.
They don't have a lot of
Yeah.
they don't have a lot of prospects to just keep handing or just giving away at the top end of their prospect pool. So
Yeah, fair enough. That's crazy.
I mean, he made a mistake. He probably didn't know. It says here he's 22. He was probably
Just doing
Didn't
what
know.
22-year-olds do
Yeah.
and gambling. I hope that it's actually like something that's worth a suspension. Like, I hope he wasn't just like playing blackjack or something.
yeah.
But I'm sure they're
For a-
allowed to do
For a
that.
41 game suspension,
Yeah.
it's got to be something bigger than that.
Yeah, it would have been reviewed by the Players Association.
But
and
I don't
everything,
know.
so-
There doesn't seem to be a standard for NHL punishments,
No,
whether
not
you're a
at all.
person or a team.
Not at all.
So-
Oh, what brings
Speaking
that
of-
to your mind?
Um, things I don't really want to talk about.
But we're gonna talk about it. Was that yesterday or
It was a couple days ago.
or a
wasn't it?
couple days ago? The league upheld the 4-game suspension of Rasmus Andersson.
They also took away Tkachuk's.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
Okay, so Sens and Buffalo Sabres game 2 days ago, Frozen Frenzy Day, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Tuck kind of throws a knee on Tkachuk, and Tkachuk gets up and thinks, I'm going to have none of this. Throws off his gloves
Yeah.
well before Tuck does,
Yeah.
and then starts beating him, and then Tuck throws off his gloves, and then it's a decent fight. It's all right.
Not as good as the fight I showed you earlier.
Yeah, we're going to get into
We'll
that
get to
a little bit
that.
later. So Tkachuk gets a takedown, and immediately after the takedown, he throws a punch, which, okay, you have, like, that's one leeway. Like, that's okay. Like, pretty quick sport. I understand you're already midway through throwing a punch. That's fine.
Was this Brady or Matthew?
Brady,
Brady.
Ottawa.
Right. Yes, you said that.
Throws a second punch while he's still down. And the NHL has this rule about an automatic 1-game suspension for, I believe, instigating.
Yeah.
The Senators appealed it, and it was rescinded.
That's weird. I didn't see the game, but like,
Did
if it's an automatic suspension, how are you gonna fight?
well?
that?
Did they think it was an
Brilliant
instigator
question.
because of the knee?
Yeah, maybe that might have been it. Like they thought.
So then he was just more like standing up for himself, not instigating a fight just to fight, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would be the only like way around that rule that's written in the book that I could come up with.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, so going back to Sportsnet for this one, just courtesy of the Sportsnet staff. After a successful appeal, Ottawa Senators captain Brady Tkachuk will not be suspended 1 game for taking an instigator penalty in the final 5 minutes of a game. So that's basically what the rule is. If you take an instigator penalty in the final 5 minutes of a game, you get automatically suspended for the next game.
Okay.
Huh.
Said that they would waive the fine as well.
I'm just seeing. I think I found the video of it.
Yeah,
Oh, it was like a whole kerfuffle.
it was.
There's like everybody in there.
Yeah.
Hey, show me the thing.
And then getting past that, because honestly, it's a 1-game suspension,
Yeah,
which got rescinded. Sure, not much
it
news.
is what
However,
it is. Like,
getting back into the jersey I'm wearing today, and the team for the jersey I'm wearing today.
Calgary Flames.
Oh my God!
We just had a decent homestand that ends today.
Do we want to start with the Flames as a whole, or do we want to start with the suspension?
We'll stay with the Flames as a whole.
Okay, we'll start with the Flames as a whole.
I cannot believe we lost to Columbus. Like, come on. And we looked terrible against the Rangers. We looked good for like 10 minutes of that game against the Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers came
Like,
up full force.
What is
How-
happening to this team?
How are you not bringing up the Detroit game?
Well, because we got killed and we were expected to get killed.
Detroit, Phil.
DeBrincat.
Okay,
He's
That's
on a
all you gotta
roll.
know.
He's on a
you
roll.
can't
He's
solve
killing it
one
right now.
guy.
No,
You can't solve
obviously
one guy.
Obviously, we can't. This team can't figure out anything.
All those years practicing with McDavid, and they just couldn't do it.
We got smoked 3-1 by Columbus, and Gaudreau didn't even score. Of
Nope.
course, we were gonna lose to Detroit.
My my dad was at the Rangers game, and he was texting my brother and I throughout, and he said, "There's no pushback. There's no nothing.
There's nothing.
No, it
There's
was an
nothing
onslaught.
here."
They look like a mess,
And
honestly.
I'm gonna refer to, or I'm gonna go on the stance of one of my dad's, or my dad that he keeps yelling every time the Flames hire a coach. Get a real coach.
But is this where's Huska from? Is he from the Wranglers?
No, he was in he was the Flames assistant coach for a while.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they brought him up, kind of like the Oilers did with Woodcroft.
No, that would have been Mitch Love, which is now in Washington with Matthew Phillips.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and Sonny Milano.
But like,
Get a real coach.
it's the coach, yeah. But also, like, this is now what Backlund needs to do. This is his first little bit as captain. You have this opportunity to now, but I don't know how the Blues are playing this year, but we'll see how that goes. You have this big game on the 29th against the Oilers. Like, basically, if we lose that Oilers game, I don't know what to do with this team.
Yeah, Oilers game
Especially
with
with McDavid still out. Like, which hopefully he still will be by then.
Yeah, I feel like they'll rest him. They don't need to rush him back. They're having a rough start, but they won't rush him back.
Yeah,
for
but I
anything.
think, I mean, if it wasn't the whatever it's called, Classic.
Oh, yeah, the
outdoor
Heritage
game,
Classic.
The Winter Classic.
Heritage.
I think I would agree.
I still feel like that's
I feel
not
like they
rushing
might
it,
play him
though.
though.
Okay.
Like when they say 1
If
to
he's
2 weeks,
possible
that's
to
still
play.
closer to 2 weeks anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think if Flames lose that game against Oilers, I don't know what to do because Backlund needs to get on his team and be a captain and get them together and working as a team. Zadorov was saying this the other day. We're not a team right now. Everyone's trying
Yeah.
to do their own thing, and when you have Zadorov saying smart things, you're in trouble.
Yeah, when Zadorov's
love
on the right
Zadorov.
side of
I
something,
love Zadorov.
issues. I love him too.
I want a Zadorov jersey.
So the Flames next 1, 2, 3,
During that
4, 5.
Rangers game, he was one of the only ones out there who was really making a difference.
I think he's trying.
He got a couple penalties I saw, but like Backlund, he
That's
was
Zadorov for
That's
you.
Zadorov.
He,
That's what he does.
like Backlund had like 3 turnovers in one shift. I remember
Death, taxes, and Zadorov getting a 2-minute minor,
But also maybe getting a hat trick.
that too.
possibly as well. So the Flames' upcoming schedule: they're in town tonight against the Blues.
Yeah.
Sunday, Heritage Classic against Edmonton. The first,
Oh, God.
back in town again against Dallas.
Oh God.
On the road, Seattle. Back home, Nashville.
Oh God.
And then it is a 1, 2, 3 game road trip in Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal.
Like, we're
I-
not playing schlumps coming up. We're
No.
like,
I was
we're
telling
gonna get killed.
I was telling a coworker, I think it was last Thursday, before the Buffalo game.
Yeah.
That after the 3-2 shootout loss to Washington, I expect nothing less than a 2-0-1.
Yeah. I
I was furious after.
cannot believe we lost against.
I was upset after the Columbus game. I was a little bit. My mood was increased a little bit by the Andersson hit. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Detroit, how dare you?
Detroit's
Uh,
rolling. Detroit's
Did
rolling.
any of us pick Detroit to bump up as much as they have?
I don't think so, but
I
that's
think
because
we-
DeBrincat was just a sleeper.
I think we all chose them to be the one that didn't make it, and Ottawa and Buffalo would be the ones that did.
Give me 30 seconds. I'll
Yeah.
pull
And
it
now
up.
Buffalo's having a little stumble out the gate, but
Not against the Flames, apparently.
No, yeah, they look fine against the Flames.
Yeah,
4-3 in a
like-
loss, but still.
And going up against Dallas, going up against Toronto, like Seattle, even, man, we're gonna get killed.
Yeah, the
we,
St.
we
Louis
could
game
win the
tonight.
Ottawa game. We could win. Again, I don't know how Nashville's playing right now, but we could win Nashville.
it depends
We
if
could
Sarge.
win
Nashville
Montreal.
always plays us well.
Like,
Seattle's struggling. That's a really good opportunity to pick up 2 points.
Yeah, tonight versus St. Louis will be like probably the best chance for the next little while.
At home, absolutely.
and then we end November against Vegas and against. We have 3 games against Dallas in November.
The
Yeah, that's
person,
I
who-
think we lose all 3 of those.
the person who was highest on Detroit was Landon Brown, and he put them 6th.
Okay, yeah. So we didn't have high hopes, but I mean, you look at their roster, and it's kind of like a ragtag group.
yeah.
It's like
I didn't
David
expect-
Perron.
I didn't expect Reimer to be George Vezina to start the season.
Yeah, also that.
All right, let's have a little segment of Phil and Alex fight here.
Yep.
The Rasmus Andersson suspension, 4 games. I think it's fair. I think it's
think it's fair
A-okay,
too.
man.
You think it's fair?
I think it's
Okay,
completely
it's a 2-on-1 thing,
fair.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 2-on-1 here.
Well, tell
Alex.
us- tell
Can you
us why you
why
think
you think it's
it
not
should be
fair?
less than 4.
What prior history does he have?
I don't know,
3.
There was that.
There you go.
There was that minivan in Detroit.
but
Exactly.
like
Bum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
if it wasn't literally right at the buzzer, I would say maybe it's not fair. But what was he trying to accomplish with that hit? There was 3 seconds left, like 2 or 3 seconds left in the game. What was going to happen there? He wanted to just smack him. Like,
Well, and the
you weren't
jump.
going to get any. Yeah, he came off his feet. It was right before the end of the game. You weren't going to get any momentum swing because the game was over. Like, what are you thinking?
And likely,
That's what the third game is for. The 2 games for the bad hit. The third game is for his stupid tax.
The stupid tax is always there.
That precisely. Yeah.
This is an extra stupid tax. because there
Absolutely
was
not.
2 seconds left in the
Absolutely
game.
not. Disagree.
Like, I think
Well, I think like if
I
you
don't
look
know.
at it too, like for recent suspensions, it's modeled right after the Scheifele hit, but the Scheifele one had more
Okay.
time left.
No.
in it.
I hate
The
that
Scheifele hit was
comparison. That
very
is such a
different.
worse hit.
I think the Scheifele. I agree with Alex on that one. The Scheifele hit was brutal.
I've heard that this whole week, and I'm tired of it. That is not the same hit.
completely different hit.
But it's the same situation. It's like the end of a game, empty net. It doesn't really matter. So they gave him 4 games. Like that's the
Also-
only comparison I could find for why he got 4 games.
Can someone tell me what charging is? Because I'm pretty sure charging is skating into a hit.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because he jumped. If you leave your feet, it's charging.
But the suspension, that's
I only know that because I
We've
reffed for a
broken
while.
him. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fair. Either way, it's already been the 4 games,
Because
hasn't it?
all right,
nope.
Well-
He's not playing the classic.
considering
Oh, that's a bummer.
we're getting a little heated over this. Maybe we should ask the question: is why is the NHL so inconsistent with not only its suspensions but with its penalty calls? If we can't even decipher what charging is.
Okay, so I'm watching the video right now.
I'll do it too.
The problem that I have, another problem that I have with this suspension, just watching the long view, is where does Goodbranson come from?
Let me pull this up.
Yeah. He just Todd Bertuzzi'd Rasmus Andersson.
Did he?
Period.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really.
There
I
was
didn't
there was
really
a
pay any
there was a
attention
hit
to
on line A.
the scuffle after.
Goodbranson comes up behind him, just slugs him, knocks his helmet off. But that's fine.
Yeah, I guess they just don't review that kind of stuff
Hey, why does
when it's retaliatory.
Bettman hate Canadian teams?
Oh,
He makes less money off of him.
yeah.
Mm.
Which is so weird because you'd think we would spend more. But
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Our money's
That's a
just
pretty
worth less.
brutal hit. That is, I don't know.
yeah, I think force fair, but I also think
I'm clearly in the
Rasmus
minority
Andersson
on this
won't-
one.
You are
won't
the
do
minority
anything
on
like
I'm
this
that
clearly in
again.
the minority on this one, but I
Like I feel he'll learn from this. I don't feel like this is just a slap on the wrist and then he'll do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
right?
he won't do it this again. It's kind of like Keandre Miller last year when he spit. It's like Keandre Miller is not.
And it was
a
like
bad
right to
guy.
the head. Like, I don't know, hit to the head, off his feet, charging, 2 seconds left in the game. I think 4 games is completely fair. Like, I don't know. I think I wouldn't do more than 4 games. I would understand if it was still only 3 games. I think 4 games is completely fair.
Yeah, I don't feel like anyone would have felt shafted if it was 3 games.
No.
Five is too many. I think four is a good medium. Four is a good
5
number.
is too many. 4 is.
There's 4 Beatles.
If it wasn't 2 seconds left in the game, maybe 3 would have been. Probably would have been 3.
yeah.
if I may, so I know this is also a different scenario, but I'm going to mention it anyway. Do you guys remember the 2019 Stanley Cup playoff finals between the Bruins and the Blues?
No.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I
Do you remember the Torrey Krug hit where he skated from his own goal line and hammered? I forget his name.
Yeah. Was
He
it
probably-
Scandella?
He probably forgets his own name too. After that hit.
It was, yeah. He blew that guy to pieces.
It was.
Oof.
It's probably one of my still favorite hits recently, but I understand that it's playoff hockey and playoff hockey is different. But that got nothing as well.
Yeah, Stanley Cup Finals. Different. Same reason the Flames won't win anytime soon. They can't play that kind of game. Andersson apparently can.
Yeah. Anderson's
Anderson
got it.
can.
But you know, maybe that is also just like Anderson's frustration of losing to Columbus boiling over at the end there too after having a rough start to the season. Like he's trying to get something going for his team.
Yeah, Anderson's a great leader out there, I think.
Like, yeah, I don't feel like he meant to like take Laine's head off, obviously, because I don't think Anderson's like that.
No.
But it was just unlucky. Laine was down a little bit lower too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine. I
Yeah.
think we'll see him on the first
But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think Anderson
against the
is, like-
Stars, and we'll need him against the Stars.
he's not a malicious guy.
Nah. He's no Connor Bedard.
Oh yeah,
And we all know what it's
malicious,
like to get caught
malicious
up in
Connor
the,
Bedard.
Yeah,
like in the
malicious
heat of
Connor Bedard.
competition too.
Yeah,
so-
absolutely. I've thrown skis at people.
Yeah.
I got in a lot of trouble for that.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be on record as being against this suspension. It should have been 3.
Fair enough, but come the Saturday game against Seattle on the 4th, no one's going to remember it anyway. Like, it's not like he's getting suspended 41 games like our other poor little Pinto bean.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just one of the many things that drove me nuts.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what else drove me nuts that I believe we talked about in the BMSC fantasy group?
What? Frozen Frenzy?
The Frozen Frenzy.
Yeah, dude, I was so angry. I couldn't watch any hockey. I watched a little bit of hockey, but I'm completely making this up.
Do you watch on cable?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And there were so many blackouts. Like, I couldn't watch the Toronto game. And I really wanted to watch the Toronto game. I don't know why. And
you're
then
a
I
hockey
did
fan.
find the Flames game eventually. But, like,
My roommates and I stream it, and we paid for the expensive version of Sportsnet where we can get all of those games. It's like $35 a month, and there's 5 of us, so we thought it was worth it. So we did get to watch all the games, but it's still hard when you
have so many games.
there's so many games
because Sportsnet wasn't Frozen Frenzy.
Yeah,
It
so
was
out of
ESPN Plus, which I'm pretty sure you
Yes,
can't even get
exactly.
in Canada.
so out
No,
of
I don't think so.
out of 16 games, Canada got
like 6,
not even.
not even.
And
It was.
not
I'm
all of
pretty
ours.
sure it was 3. I'm pretty
That's
sure it was
crazy.
Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton.
Yeah.
Because TSN got Montreal and Toronto.
Yeah, which
pretty-
they
I'm
would
pretty
have
sure-
played in Canada, except it was for some reason blacked out
Yep.
in Alberta.
So an article from The Province by Patrick Johnson, I believe it is, kind of dives into how ESPN got all the games and how Sportsnet got none of them. So ESPN owns the streaming rights to the NHL in the U.S. So on top of the games they've been showing on ESPN2, they'll have games on their ESPN Plus streaming service as well.
Yeah.
For the modern sports viewer, this all makes sense, says Johnson in his article, unless you're in Canada. Cable subscribers in the Pacific and West regions will have access to the Vancouver Canucks at Nashville Predators and the Edmonton Oilers at Minnesota Wild broadcast, respectively, while viewers in all regions will be able to watch the Flames and the Rangers on Sportsnet 360. But if you are a subscriber of basic cable in Ontario, for example, you won't be able to watch any of these games. The only way to watch these games is to be a Sportsnet Plus subscriber.
Yeah, that's so annoying.
Are you kidding me?
I get people trying to make money, man, but you guys are making so much money. Just let us watch hockey.
I
Are you kidding?
Yeah, especially
And
it's
it
Canada.
didn't make us want. It didn't make us buy more. Honestly, I
how
actively
many subscriptions do you think they gained from that day alone?
None.
None.
7 maybe. I actively didn't go and subscribe because I didn't I don't think it's right.
Well, and it's the only day this year it's happening. So.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So I'm
Let me
gonna
watch hockey.
in the
Like, come
fantasy
on.
chat. I said they're the 6th or 7th most popular league in the States and 5th or 6th most popular sport in North America. Why would they ever want to try and grow the game?
Yeah, why would they? do
Are
that?
you kidding me?
Without making you pay for it?
Oh my god. Ridiculous.
Yeah, especially because we're in broadcasting, we know how it kind of works. But with the Canadian content, with them blacking out Canadian games, is so weird to me. It's like a lot of the times last year, I noticed we would get blocked out for the Winnipeg and Vancouver games,
Mhm.
and I was just like, yeah, if we want to watch Vancouver, we're literally like the next province over.
Yeah.
Just let us watch Vancouver.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Which brings do we still want to talk about the Frozen Frenzy thing?
No,
or
No, I'm good.
okay,
We should
cool.
throw that in
I
the
think we throw
garbage.
it out the window unless we're gonna do it properly and let Canada watch it.
Because
yeah.
it does take us into another topic that I'm also mad about that I also want to talk about for a little bit here that also Phil wants to talk about too.
Oh,
It puts you in the position to have to be advertised or have to be promoted by a former football kicker
and
who is a
wrestling.
wrestling commentator currently in the States.
Who doesn't like shirts?
Why is Pat McAfee the biggest ambassador for the NHL than anyone?
Why is Pat McAfee relevant? Like, this guy, you can just tell. You look at him and you're like, this guy's a douche. I don't like this guy. I think he's so unprofessional. He just stands up and yells all the time, which, I mean, what am
He
I
is
doing
quite
right now?
loud,
He's
which
so
you are
loud.
doing the same thing.
And wear a shirt, dude. Like, you're on
He wears
television.
a tank top for all of his
Wear
shows.
at least a T-shirt, not a muscle shirt. He's not even that ripped. Like, if you were Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, wear a tank top on TV, do your commentary. Pat McAfee, put a shirt on. No one wants to see that.
So
And that's that.
okay, that's not that for me because I want to get into this a little bit deeper.
Oh, man. We're going to go into Pat McAfee lore. He's going to be calling up CMRU, be like, hey,
Hey,
cease and desist letter.
I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a little bit unaware of the lore of Pat McAfee.
so
Me too. I just know he doesn't wear shirts,
Oh, okay.
and he should.
So he's had I believe 2 videos on from his show that are posted on YouTube, and I believe the segments are called "Hockey is Awesome."
Oh, cool.
Oh, sick. Yeah, what a great creative name for a segment.
He's actively trying to push hockey, which
well, that's good.
kudos. I don't think anyone else is aside from us. High five,
Snoop
gents.
Dogg tried.
Yes.
Look at us go.
And you'll never guess who was on Pat McAfee's show. I want
I
to
will
say
guess.
yesterday or 2 days ago.
Austin Matthews.
Yay! Ding!
I saw
Because he's an American player in a big market, and Americans love American players.
Yeah.
Yes.
America.
So my issue with this isn't from Pat McAfee. I believe Phil's is, and that's okay.
Not really.
My
I just
issue
like
with
getting
this
angry.
is, why is he the main promoter?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
Why are you ever in that position?
that you have to have him do it? You couldn't, like, I don't know. He also, he never played hockey. He
Nope.
played football.
Yep.
He wrestled.
Yep.
So, cool, he's got a football show.
Mhm.
That's fine. I think he should wear a shirt, but that's fine.
This isn't to insult the show, by the way, because
Yes,
we
we're
re-
never going to get jobs at ESPN.
we
ever.
really shouldn't be we really shouldn't be punching up at a show that gets infinite more the viewers that we do.
Yeah, maybe this
we
part we
actually
don't put
don't know
on
how
YouTube.
many we get.
I
So
can
we could
verify
have a
that
billion.
I can verify that our YouTube views are not more than 20.
Oh, I meant our live show
That's
that
not
everyone
bad.
we know is tuning in.
Also that.
Okay.
Hey, we got Maya out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think you really didn't. They must have not tried that hard, because they could have found someone super easily to do a similar job to Pat McAfee,
Well,
and then you don't have to. Pat McAfee doesn't have to pretend to know anything.
Snoop Dogg
about
wanted to buy
hockey.
the Senators and start his own
like Ryan
hockey
Reynolds
league
Us.
in America.
I would have done it.
Yeah.
Buy me lunch. Hear that, ESPN? Buy me lunch, and I'll come be your commentator. And I'll wear a shirt. Woohoo! How's that sound?
Style points.
Style points.
I don't know. Okay. So
Tank tops are for the gym,
tank tops are for the gym.
not television.
I don't know. I
I
okay.
don't have enough of a tan to wear one on television.
So
anyway.
if
Well,
I could
his is fake.
if I can say something positive about the Pat McAfee show, I can't think of a better star to have on the show than Austin Matthews,
No, I think he's the right.
yeah,
pick.
he's the perfect guy.
because
Especially
he's
because he's American.
American.
Maybe is DeBrincat American? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Michigan.
Maybe DeBrincat as well. But
Jack Hughes is another one, but I think Austin Matthews is the best one, largely because where is he from, guys?
Arizona.
Arizona.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's half Mexican. That's
Mhm.
why it's so
That's
like it's
crazy.
interesting.
Mhm.
How did I not know this?
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
I can't think of a better
His name is
person.
Austin
Because
Matthews.
if you're trying to gain popularity in the show, or the show, I guess the shell, the sport,
I mean,
pick someone who came from I hate to use this term, but I'm gonna non-traditional hockey market.
Yes. Who's also half Mexican,
Yeah.
which appeals because
Jason Robertson's another one who's good for that too.
the
'cause
Pat
he's-
McAfee show, I'm
half
sure,
Filipino.
gets a lot of Mexican viewers as well because they love their football.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, I guess. Props to Austin Matthews. Also, props to Austin Matthews because he's on my fantasy team. Do I get extra fantasy points for him going on the Pat McAfee show?
No, you do not.
Oh,
That's not a thing.
darn.
Yeah, having two of the the big goal scorers in the NHL that come from non-traditional hockey backgrounds is a big deal with Robertson and Matthews.
Yeah.
I think it's very, very
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Phil has things to mention.
Yeah, we just got some news for the game tonight for the Calgary Flames. Ilya Solovyov just got called up from the Wranglers for the Flames. So we'll see if he plays tonight.
Ilya Solovyov.
He was the 7th round pick in the 2020 draft. He's from Minsk, which is a fun town to say.
Yes, in Belarus.
Minsk. And that's all I have to say about that. So maybe we'll see him in the lineup, and maybe he is the key. He probably's not, but we can dream.
Whatever he called
It's
defenseman.
exciting for a 7th round pick,
Ilya
though, to get a shot like
Solovyov.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's good for him.
This would be his debut, I think, if he played.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I don't know if you guys saw, but in the Washington game last night, the goalie for Washington was making his debut.
Yeah,
And
Hunter
he-
something or other.
He almost went for the empty net shot.
No
you could
way.
see him think about it. He had it on his stick, and he was gonna, and then he just passed it. I think maybe he thought it was too much for a debut. No,
Fair.
he wouldn't have been thinking about that at the time, but he did think about taking the shot, which I thought was pretty funny because you could very obviously see him do it. And then he decided not to.
Love that. Love that.
I imagine he's probably called up because he's. I don't know. I can't imagine he's playing tonight
Probably not.
because I imagine they're probably running with the Hannafin, Uyghur, Gilbert, Tanev, Zadorov, Osterley pairings.
I like Osterley.
So do I. He played for the
Yeah.
Rangers for a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good there.
Mm-hmm.
How's Gilbert doing? I haven't paid too much attention to him this year with the Flames.
He's all right. I haven't really yelled "come on" at him, so that's pretty much my bar.
He yelled at everyone else to say,
Yeah,
And
including Pat McAfee.
just because I don't snoop around all of the Calgary Flames articles online, I dig into the Rangers stuff more. But is there any word on Oliver Shillington? At
No.
all?
No, I
None?
think I don't know. That's a pretty personal thing. I think.
yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I think we will never get word.
No.
You just think he's
He'll
done?
just come. No, he'll come back. I think he might come back, but when he comes back, we'll get no
I
explanation.
was gonna guess he's just gonna fade away.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
Well,
think so. He's just gonna kind of disappear.
He's in the
Get
last
left
year of his
behind.
contract, so I can't imagine.
That sucks. I thought he was decent.
I love.
Oh, I
loved
loved
him.
Shillington when he was here, but
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna stay home.
Okay, I
Yeah.
just wondered
Well, I
if there
mean,
was any
it's-
word
it's-
on what he was doing
Maybe-
or thinking.
Maybe
There
play in
won't
the
be.
Swedish Elite League or something.
Okay.
I think it's probably like similar to what happened to Carey Price.
Okay.
Probably something like that. Because when they don't disclose like that, usually it's
Yeah.
something
No,
like
honestly, I
that,
have no
like personal
idea.
matters.
I was just looking at the roster the other day, and I hadn't seen him in a while, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to that guy. I haven't heard about him in a long time.
Yeah.
But he was so good,
He was
especially
good.
during the bubble.
He was good. Hopefully he comes back.
Yeah.
Alex, where are we going from here?
Lead
Lead the way.
I was actually gonna kick it back to you.
Oh, we're doing Hitman Corner?
Mm-hmm.
Hitman Corner. Lots of games, actually. They look better. Things are looking up. What day was our last show? Our last show was
Last
the
Thursday.
19th. Thank you. We've played. Thank you. We've only played 2 games since then.
You were at one of them.
I was at one of them. I was at the home game, or I guess they were both home games. But I was at the first home game, which was the Friday
Against the Birds.
against the Seattle T-Birds, who were the WH. Yeah, we figured this out. They weren't the Memorial Cup champs, but they
the
were
World
the
Cup finalists.
finalists, so they were the WHL champs.
Yeah.
Different team, pretty much. A lot of the guys on that team have kind of moved on, including Luke Prokop, which will kind of bring us into our next little thing. But unfortunate overtime loss in a game that we honestly deserved to win. It was a pretty banging game. We played really, really well until the last little bit.
Admittedly, I did chuckle a bit when you said heading to overtime. Then 30 seconds later, we lost.
Yeah, that seems to
That made me
be
laugh a little bit.
our way. Luckily, the next game, which was a home game against Lethbridge, was a 4-3 win. So we got another win, and that was a great game. Sean had himself a game. Ben had himself a game. Carter Yakimchuk had himself a game. All 3 of those were the 3 stars of the game: Carter, Ben, and Sean, which was pretty sweet. We're going to do this for fun because I showed this to Alex before the start of the show, and we're going to do this for Landon. In that Seattle game, there were 2 huge fights, like real fights, which you don't see very often in the dub. The first one was Carson Wetch. The second one was Sean Chagall. Sean's fight was decent. He kind of looked like he didn't really know what he was doing, which is kind of funny. He doesn't get in much fights. The Carson Wetch fight, it was one of his first fights in the dub. And we're going to show it to Landon here live, and you can get his live reaction because it is awesome. So he's going to be up here in the corner. Oh, my Wi-Fi. Nope, it's working.
There's also news on the Pinto front.
Oh, what's evolved with Pinto?
Just watch this.
Yeah, just watch. I'll cue it up. on the
Boom!
here.
Oh
If
my
you've
goodness!
seen
Yeah,
the,
right?
If for those of you that are familiar
Crazy.
with NHL fights, it was very much the Jesse Bullerice fight from like early 2000s. Just pretty much like two players squaring up, and then the first punch is, oh boy,
Just
does it land?
That was
Destroys. Like, Carson Wetch could have won the heavyweight boxing title.
And then he
with
got
that
like
fight.
4 quick jabs
Oh.
to the chin in there too.
And it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
great. I had such a good view, like where our seats were. It was so awesome. So that was great. Hitmen play Lethbridge again tomorrow. It's an away game in Lethbridge. Some exciting things came out, actually. If I can find which tab I have it open on.
Okay.
The first kind of draft rankings came out. So they go through all of the prospects and they give them like a letter grade ranking, A through, I don't know what the lowest one is.
Probably F.
W.
Okay.
Actually.
Sure.
I didn't know that
Why
that
not?
was a thing. So there's A, B, C, and W. I don't know why.
Why? I don't understand this.
Pretty exciting for Carter Yakimchuk. He snagged himself an A. So every list that I've seen still has him going in the top 32. So first round for him.
Did you see Sam Cosentino's list?
Not yet. I haven't looked at that one yet.
I'm just looking at this very professional looking spreadsheet. But yeah, Carter Yakimchuk an A. The Hitmen do have another kind of pretty good draft eligible guy who's the guy that got in that fight, actually. Carson Wetch got a B. So B kind of guesses he's going to go in the second or third round. A means you're probably going in the first. So I'm pretty excited for the draft. It's early days, but I'm pretty excited. That's looking really good for the boys. Yeah, hopefully we get a good win against Lethbridge again tomorrow.
If you are familiar with Sportsnet's staff, Sam Cosentino is basically what Phil is. Kind of keeps an eye on draft prospects, and
yes, I do have his list up.
And you'll see that in the 20th spot,
Sea Dog
is Mr. Yakimchuk.
Mr. Yakimchuk. It's gonna look good, man.
So
and Carson's 26th as well. Carson's pretty up there on that list as well. So that's pretty exciting.
20th spots, that would be late first round.
Late first round, which makes sense.
So a potential playoff, or not potential, a playoff team is probably going to wind up with Yakimchuk.
Which is cool.
Detroit, Ottawa, Buffalo.
Calgary.
Oh, imagine Power and Yakimchuk.
Ooh. Yes. Imagine
we're getting a little ahead of
Imagine
ourselves.
Coronado and Yakimchuk.
Whoa.
Because that's kind of the position where Flames might be to get him. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, Carson Wedge probably going in the second or third. So that's exciting. That's your WHL corner right now.
I should probably make an intro and extra segment for that. But anyway.
I like that. That's a good idea. Now we're going.
Before we get into the Pride Tape thing, to quote Shane Pinto, from a
Pinto
CBS
Bean.
article by Chris Bengal or Bengel. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name.
Pinto Bean.
The league's investigation revealed that Pinto never bet on NHL games and considers the matter closed.
So
Says
he's not getting suspended?
he's
He
getting
is.
suspended, but he didn't bet on any NHL games, so it's probably out of sport. Probably football. I would probably imagine.
But bringing
I-
us back, why
again,
is he not allowed to bet on football? What is he going to
It
do to
just- it
change
must
the
be
outcome
in
of a
the players'
football game?
contracts with like their union or whatever.
I guess so, but that's so stupid. Gambling on football games is fun. Gambling is fun,
Well,
everybody.
okay. The problem is it opens up the door
Responsibly.
for because it's.
Please gamble responsibly.
I imagine they have a pretty wide friend base. I would not be surprised if there's a couple NFL stars that are friends with a couple NHL players as well.
Yeah, but not Pinto.
I
don't think he's big enough to be that.
No, but I'm saying
Well, maybe you never know who
Hey,
grows up together.
Pinto Bean.
let's just say Travis Kelce, because why not? Hey, Trav, I bet on the Chiefs to lose. If you could drop every pass, that'd be thoroughly appreciated, sir.
I don't think those guys do that.
It's not
Especially
about thinking they do.
quarterbacks.
It's about preventing it.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a possibility. So,
But Travis Kelce is so good.
I don't
like,
think you need
well,
to
if
put
he
it's
did
not
that,
him,
it'd be
that's just
so
an
obvious.
example.
Yeah,
as long as you're thinking about things we should need to put on, I don't think you should put caution hot on coffee cups.
That's true.
It's
but
a thing
then
that happens.
They got sued. Yeah.
If I could just real quick get into the statement from the NHL and then
Yeah.
Pinch's apology before we dive into the Pride Tape thing, which I'm also quite mad about.
You're mad about it.
Not it.
just that it was a
Okay,
situation.
Just that
we'll
it was
get
ever
in
a
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Before people jumped on my throat at that. So the NHL released a statement basically saying, announced today that it has suspended NHL player Shane Pinto for 41 games for activities relating to sports wagering. The league's investigation found no evidence that Pinto made any wagers on NHL games, which, I mean, kind of opens the door for speculation, but please don't speculate on that because you don't know. Pinto said, I want to apologize to the National Hockey League, the Ottawa Senators, my teammates, the fans, and the city of Ottawa, and most importantly, my family. I take full responsibility for my actions and look forward to getting back on the ice with my team. That is assuming, good sir, that you will.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he's still restricted, so
he's
they'll
restricted,
just get him for nothing.
and now he's going to be super cheap, so
He's going to be super cheap.
like literally minimum.
How do you walk into that contract negotiation?
Hey, I want to play more hockey. Please, please, please let me play more hockey. I promise I won't gamble anymore.
Here, we'll pay you $2.5 million.
But also,
No, that's not the
okay,
minimum.
sure.
he's
He's
really
going to get like
good.
700,000.
He's not going to get the minimum.
Yeah, he might get the
He
minimum.
will for half a season. Like they'll sign him for the half a season at the league minimum.
Yeah.
Especially because it'll come around trade deadline time and they'll want to be making moves for the playoffs. I feel like he's a team player that way too.
Pinto bean.
Because it's only going to be for half a year, and then he's going to need a new contract.
Because it's funny. All right, enough about Pinto bean.
I don't completely understand how it works too. With like if he's going to end up with a qualifying offer or anything after this. I don't know how he would ever qualify for qualifying offer if you miss half a season. But
Yeah.
I think it's about games played, but I don't know how suspension plays into that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, enough about Pinto bean. Alex, why are we angry?
Because
Again.
why was this ever a thing in the first
Yeah,
place?
this should not have been an
Why
issue.
was this ever a thing in the
This
first
should
place?
really have not been
Are
an
you-
issue at all.
God.
Like, really? Like,
So, the NHL Pride tape issue has seemingly been closed, apparently, I guess.
so now they're allowed to do it.
Yeah, so...
They're allowed to wear whatever they
But
want.
it seems like
on
they were
their
never
skates.
not allowed to. They just made it, and then
No, they said there
yeah,
was
but then
the
Dermott
rule.
did it, and he
Yeah,
got no discipline or anything.
Yeah, but he was probably the one that made them overturn the decision.
Well, yeah,
he,
right.
he probably played a more integral part than we want to give credit to.
Yeah,
but
because
like there was
him
the
doing
ban on
that-
Pride tape, but then you were allowed to use whatever color you wanted. So there really wasn't.
yeah,
It was just a public. It
I-
was open discrimination, is what it was.
it's what it was. It's so stupid.
The German thing kind of makes me smile because the NHL basically said, don't use Pride tape. And Dermott said, oh yeah? What are you going to do?
I also like that he
Yeah.
put it on the part of his stick, like when he's holding it, that you can see it. He didn't put it where it would be under the glove.
Yeah.
He made sure it was the part that you
Yeah.
could see.
You love to see it. I'm glad they overturned it. I agree with Alex. It's stupid that it was ever an issue. If there's one thing I hate more than people who hate other people, it's people who hate other people and then don't have a backbone about it. If you're gonna be, I was about to say a word I shouldn't have said. If you're gonna be a not very nice person, stay a very not nice person. Have a backbone and actually stick to your laurels instead of just backing down as soon as you realize you're wrong. If you're wrong, stay wrong and let us eviscerate you for being wrong.
I feel like that's not the position you should take.
The NHL takes so much heat from most of the things they do anyway. This was just another one to pile on.
I don't know.
I was half expecting Bettman and Daly to come out and say, thanks to our actions, we raised more money for the Pride tape than ever before.
Yeah, they're gonna spin it and be like, "Oh yeah, we actually
This is 'cause
wanted
of
to
us."
do
Did
this
you see
because we wanted
Scotiabank?
to."
Was giving out free Pride tape. Like,
Yeah.
They
just
do that
at,
all the time.
at their place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it. I guess it's a bank.
Pride
And-
tape is sick. Pride
in
tape's
real life.
awesome. I love Pride tape.
But yeah, they gave out like 5,000 rolls across Canada
That's crazy. I love that.
after the ban. It was
Yeah.
like.
But
their-
I think
their
now
move.
that you've opened up to Pride tape and everything, just rescind
So-
the other thing. Let there be
jerseys?
special nights. Yeah, come on, man.
So
like,
I'm reading an article from CBC written by Benjamin Blum.
I thought you were just gonna say Benjamin.
button.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's not what I
in
was
a-
thinking at all.
in
I
a
couldn't
statement-
remember his last name.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
in-
Alex.
In a statement, the NHL Players Association said it was pleased to see the league's policy has been revised so that players are free to support causes they believe in.
Yeah, which is how it should be. Like,
So,
So is each team just going to pick a cause?
so that's what I'm thinking. Does that?
every team gets an assigned cause.
Yeah.
You have to do this.
So
Because that way they
there's-
could hit everything.
There's still
Yeah.
a jersey ban, from what I'm hearing, or from what I'm
Yes.
understanding.
Yes.
I've read one sentence from a different article so far, so I haven't dived.
Dove.
I haven't gone into this issue
Dove.
that deeply. Dove. But that to me opens the door to a lot of misunderstanding.
What do you mean? Because they have
The
like the
league's-
uniform policy,
The league's
right?
policy has been revised so that players are free to support causes they believe in.
Yes. Without
To what extent?
Well, probably you can't alter your uniform.
Okay, so what if I just took a roll of white tape and wrote black Sharpie on it with whatever cause I believe in?
Yeah.
I think you're allowed to do that.
Is that fine?
As
now?
long as it's not like Nazis. Like if you did that, that'd probably be not okay.
Honestly, I think we might get to see some warm-up tape jobs that are really artistic.
I
We
think it
see
might
some
be really
painting and
cool.
stuff.
That's
yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Like we might see some painted sticks for warm-ups.
Like,
and
I
then
think-
they'll auction them off.
I think
or
what
something.
that means is like I don't know, you can wear. Well, I don't know how extensive the uniform policy is, but like you can have different stick tape. You can, but what you probably can't do is add stickers to your helmet or patches to your jersey or
Yeah.
any changes to your pants or I don't know, maybe you could wear different colored laces on your. I don't know how strict those rules are, but that's probably what it means. So nothing huge, but enough that you can do something.
Yeah, it's a crumb instead of a loaf.
What?
Sure. Yeah.
You know what?
You don't know that old?
Why
You don't
not?
know about that old saying?
No, I
No.
do not.
It's about
Of-
eating bread. And you get a
of-
crumb
of-
instead of a loaf.
of
where
the
they,
many
they
weird-
could just do it all, but they just do a little instead.
Of the many weird sayings my dad has ever
man.
said, that was not one of them.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
That was really one.
I do want to get into something we do not have much time, but I do want to talk about something really fun or
Ooh.
potentially fun. So the last remaining undefeated teams for the season are who, gentlemen?
Vegas, Boston, Detroit.
Nope.
Philly. Is it Philly?
No.
No.
Oh. I forget who the
You're
third
missing one.
Who was wrong on
Oh.
mine?
Detroit isn't.
I thought they were. I thought I
Nope.
saw a meme that says they were.
Mm-mm.
Colorado,
Colorado.
Oh,
of course.
obviously, yeah.
So
Vegas.
Detroit got beat very recently then.
Yeah. Vegas with 7, Boston, Colorado with 6.
Yeah.
The
That's so cool.
longest streak
Vegas.
is 10, set by Toronto in 93-94 and Buffalo in 06-07. It is very realistic that we
Absolutely.
could come up to 10.
Vegas looks so good,
I
man.
could see
Boston?
Vegas.
Vegas. Well, Vegas wins one more, and they beat the record for undefeated defending champions. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
7 is. The
Oh, they already
record
beat
for-
it.
I thought the record was 7.
The record was like 5 or 6.
I think the record was 6, and then they got the 7th,
Yeah.
and then they beat
Oh,
it,
okay.
yeah.
Sweet. Let's go
Boston's,
Vegas.
Boston's next game tonight is against Anaheim.
Oh, they're gonna win that.
I don't know, man. Frank Vetrano's been turning it up lately.
Colorado
he's
might
been
be in
killing
tough
it.
against Pittsburgh tonight.
No,
Vegas against Chicago on Friday.
that's funny.
I could see that one being a very fun game to watch.
Detroit and Boston.
Also very
That's
fun.
gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
Vegas, LA.
Boston might fall to that one. Vegas will beat LA.
And then it's the one I might see stopping Boston's streak is Florida on Monday.
No, I think it'll be Detroit.
I think it'll be Detroit.
Yep.
I think Vegas is going to walk to 10-0.
Absolutely. I think Vegas is
And
gonna
now that
go,
I've said that, I've jinxed it.
Vegas is going to go 87-0.
Yeah,
Undefeated the whole time.
I could see it.
And then we're going to win the Stanley Cup
I was
game.
about to say you mean 98-0?
No, I mean 732-0.
Oh,
They're
okay.
never going to
They're
lose
never gonna
another
lose again.
game.
Not
They
once.
can't.
They
They're the
can't.
best.
Imagine they lose. Imagine they lose to Chicago or something.
Oh, I'm going to quit if they do.
I was like, Colorado's. I could see them putting up a little bit of a challenge for that streak too.
Oh yeah,
because their
their schedule's looking
I could
pretty
see
lifeless a
Boston.
little bit here.
Boston, I could see them
It's crazy how
tapering off. But
it's crazy how schedules affect things like that. Like it's so annoying.
yeah, well, I saw that Chicago spent the first 2 weeks on the road this year.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's been a while for Bedard to actually play a home game, but
That's okay.
that's how it goes.
Yeah, it's just how. It
Welcome
goes.
to the show, kid.
Yeah.
In the words of who's the guy that pinned him up to the boards like twice?
Oh, Marchand.
I was
Yeah,
about to say Marchand.
yeah, welcome to the show, kid. I was gonna say Pasternak, but he's on Dallas now, isn't he?
No,
No.
No, who am I thinking?
Who were
that's
you
on-
thinking of?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Someone went from Boston to Dallas. I saw it on Casey's story.
From Boston to
There was
Dallas.
Duchesne who went
It was-
from
That's who it was.
Nashville.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
Duchesne from Nashville
I'm
to
stupid.
Dallas.
Okay, I don't know.
It's yellow and black jerseys.
Yeah, they're the same.
They're yellow and blue, but that's the same.
Same colors, basically.
Okay, so by the time that we come into our next show, which is Thursday the 2nd, Vegas will have played Montreal,
They're gonna win that.
LA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chicago.
I bet they win all those.
10-0.
10-0.
Not one of them is a back-to-back.
We could be talking about that there.
Ooh, and their goalies have been hot. Thompson and Hill.
Yeah.
They've been good.
Okay, let's see if they can get to 11.
Let's see if they can get to 30.
Yeah, I would love for them to just run with it. Some insane number.
Something crazy.
Yeah,
Beat Boston.
Something just nuts.
That would be fun. That would be really fun.
Because Vegas is fun to watch, too.
Vegas's 11-0 game is against Winnipeg.
Oh, so they'll have to work for that one.
They really have to work a little bit, especially probably against Hellebuck.
Oh, definitely against Hellebuck.
But, yeah, we'll...
when we come back, the Calgary Flames will probably be 2-7-1.
Oh, yay!
Unless we can pull out one.
Yeah.
Then we'll be 3-6-1. Thank you guys very much for listening in again.
I've been Alex Burke with Phil Tremblay.
What?
And Landon Brown.
Good night, everyone.
We will see
Good
you guys
night.
next week.
It is
It will be
11
night soon. It's okay.
11 a.m.
It's, yeah, bedtime.